this right here, you bunch of prima donna ballerina mother.
Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are talking with Troy West from allplayswin.com right now. It is July 17th, and we're taking a look at NFL futures odds. Troy West, of course, one of our featured NFL handicappers last year, covered a lot of games with us. He's covered a lot of games with us for a lot of years. He did really well his first 2 years with us. Last year, we tracked all the plays, made sure we were saying that he really was doing well. When we said he was doing well, he called 57 NFL games with us last year and went 57% against the spread. Awesome record. Troy West, thanks for being back with us.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, Pete. We were actually right at 63% last year for our company. I'm happy to give free picks on this website. You guys have been outstanding. You guys have a great crew. Absolutely love being on the show, Pete. Love handicapping sports, something we've been doing now for over 8 years. We've been outstanding every single year. Really encourage people to come take a look at allplayswin.com. Great results, great people. I think it's a breath of fresh air for handicapping services out there.
All right, great. And I encourage people to watch all our videos coming up this year. Troy, you expect to do just as well this year as you did last year. It's going to be tough, repeating at 57%, on record plays and NFL lines is very tough.
It is. No, it's absolutely tough to do it year in and year out, Pete. But I'm a firm believer is the more you gamble, this is the truth as a gambler out there and as a handicapper. The more you do it, I feel the more you learn, the more you figure out, money management, trap games, all that good stuff. So I just continue to see that percentage increase every year, Pete, and I think it's going to this year for us at SBR Videos as well.
All right. Thanks so much, Troy West, for doing all these calls with us. Right now, we're going to take a look at the AFC futures odds. The AFC is looking a little bit weaker to my eye than the NFC, and there are two strong favorites here, according to the betting markets. The rest of the odds are a lot longer. Denver at plus 225 at Pinnacle right now, and then the Patriots at about 3.5 to 1, and then the third choice is all the way down at plus 955. Which is Indianapolis. And then looking down the rest of the teams, a lot of question marks. The next choice is the Bengals, 12.5 to 1. Andy Dalton, I'm not sure. Then the Ravens at 14.5 to 1. They were 8-8 last year. They had a lot of question marks. Are those question marks going to be fixed? Then the Chiefs at 16.5 to 1. Then the Steelers are also at 16.5 to 1. They might be a decent long shot, possibly. They've made a lot of changes, and if those changes pay off, maybe they could surprise. But then you got the Chargers, the Texans, the Dolphins, the Browns, the Bills, all those teams, 1, 2, 3, or maybe 4 question marks come with all of them. So Troy West, what's your take on the two favorites, Denver and New England?
Yeah, Pete, the AFC to me is such a disappointing conference going into the year because I firmly believe, and I'm not one to just pull out the favorite. I know It's the easy thing to do is just say Denver's going to do it, but I have to think Denver is going to do it. The only thing that would stop this team would be Peyton Manning going down. We know the historical year he had. We know what they did on defense. They really retooled. People got to understand, even going into the playoffs in the Super Bowl last year, they have the injury bug on defense. Those guys are coming back healthy. We know the signings of DeMarcus Ware to leave. I think this defense is going to be better. I don't think they're going to be great, but all they have to do is be a little bit better. This offense is going to be outstanding once again. I just don't see the New England Patriots. I sure as hell don't see the Colts, the Bengals, any of those teams really competing with Denver this year, Pete. I think they are one step above everybody else. I think Denver will be back in that Super Bowl. I hate to say it because repeating's tough, but this is a darn good football team, and the AFC is just not that good this year, Pete.
What do you think about Pittsburgh at 16.5 to 1? They've supposedly, focused on getting a lot faster, and they have a lot of speed this year. Is that going to be able to get them the title? I don't know. A good bet at 16.5 to 1. I'm not sure. What do you think?
Perhaps. I just think this Pittsburgh team really is on the downfall. Ben Roethlisberger's getting older and older. Mm-hmm. They don't have much of a receiving core. We know they struggled at even the run game last year. Their defense is good, but it's been banged up. Guys like Troy Polamalu aren't the same players they were maybe 2, 3, 4 years ago. This is a team I think that is on the downfall just because they are getting older and older. I do like the fact that they do have some veterans. They've got an outstanding coach. I think they could be in the playoff hunt, but good enough to take down the Steelers? I don't think so. The one team that I do like, Pete, that has a good shot, I think, is the Kansas City Chiefs. We know what they did last year, kind of surprised everybody. They even got better this year. I think another year for Alex Smith under that system. I think the Chiefs could be the one team that gives Denver a run just because their defense is so good, home field advantage is awesome, and they have an outstanding run game.
Thinking about the Chiefs, remembering the Chiefs last year, they had that awesome start 9-0, and then they completely tanked at the end of the year. Which half of their season was more likely the fluke?
Yeah, no, I don't think it was a fluke, Pete. I think this is a team that maybe did get a little bit lucky But at the same time, we know that needs to happen in the NFL. They've got an outstanding home field advantage, which I think oftentimes is undervalued. This is a team that I don't care who it is, to go into Kansas City and wins a big win. And then, like I said, their run game, if they stay healthy, we know Jamal Charles, the ability he has. Alex Smith is such a game manager. He's one of the best in the league at it. Andy Reid proven to be a great coach. I think that was not a fluke. That's a very, very good defensive team. I think they bring back just about everybody. So could they do it again? Will they start off the way they did last year? Maybe not. But I do think this is a playoff team that could make some noise in the playoffs. I think they got a little bit of a chip on their shoulder after that first-round beat to the Colts last year. I expect bigger things from the Chiefs this year, Pete.
All right, so before we get your official picks, just touch on the second favorite, the Patriots at 7-2. You know, just a great, great program in general. If they win in any year, it's never a huge shock, no matter who their personnel is. What do you make of the Pats at 7-2?
Yeah, 7-2 is fairly good value, Pete. We know they have the best coach in the NFL. We know Tom Brady's one of the top quarterbacks in the league. He finally has some tools around him going into the year. Is their defense good enough? Their defense wasn't great last year. We know they lost to lead. I'm not sure that this team is good enough to beat the Denver Broncos. I think they definitely will be in the playoffs. They probably win the division, probably even get a first-round bye. I think between the two teams, who gets that home field advantage is going to be critical. I do think in the end, Denver prevails, but I think New England, rightfully so, should be 7-2 and be second. But right now, I would probably lean away towards the Pats. I just don't think enough on defense to get it done.
All right, Troy West, so it sounds like from what you've been saying that your pick to win the AFC is Denver at plus 225, and your long shot pick would be the Chiefs at plus 1662 with a little bit of value. Is that right?
That's it. Yeah,
all
that
right.
will be it. Like I said, hate to go with the favorite, but AFC, a weird conference this year. Not a lot of contenders.